Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Lakbay. My name is 134, and I hope you can have a good time today. Well, as you can see by the cape on my back and that name on the top left of our screen, we're now in beta 1.0. I went into this version 1.0.2 because it is seemingly the most stable with the most bug fixes for 1.0, but I really wanted to start with 1.0 instead of the 1.1 or whatever, just so we could really have that fresh start in Minecraft beta. Thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure I started in beta. Could be alpha, could be beta, but all I remember is I started a long, long time ago, and we are getting close to the Minecraft that I knew when I first started. There's not really that much that changed between the last version of alpha and the first version of beta, but one of the big things is that all of these items now have names, and that leaf decay has been returned to the game. A couple of versions ago, we lost leaf decay, so it was really hard, really time consuming to cut down trees, but now it's back, and I was able to spend a little bit more time cutting down more trees for our builds here. Now, our first order of business today is actually quite a boring task. It's just finishing this seating here slash the floor for this level of the structure, and working on the pillars for this structure as well. It's gonna be quite a boring process. It's just a lot of placing blocks, but I think it's just a matter of patience, to be honest. Block by block by block by block. Do this over and over and over again. I realize that I don't have much cobblestone left already, but it is time to work on these pillars for this structure here. Keep thinking of doing a 3x3 where the middle is right underneath here. It's gonna be surrounded by a pillar here. No idea whether it's gonna work well, really, but gotta try, I would say. I am really concerned about that corner there and that corner there because that's like a 2 block gap. But I guess we'll find out what it looks like. It takes so long to get enough cobblestone to finish each pillar, but especially since I'm making them solid, but I think it's worth it. Like, so far, I'm quite liking this process over here. Um, some parts of it is just a bit weird to me, like doing this part over here with all the... Just making sure that it's actually solid, but otherwise, I quite like this. It's just hard to see whether I'm actually doing it right or not with how little light there is at the bottom of this lake. There's one side very flat here. So here we have the other side here. I might extend this up to the top here, but otherwise, even with just that, it looks much better. I might make a border here of some sort, just a bit more detail here, but otherwise, this is definitely the way to go. Now, this corner here, I was really worried about this 1 block gap here, but I think it actually looks fine. It doesn't look like it's hugging it too much, so I'll keep this distance here. So we have here our pillars, and we were able to make all of these 6 solid pillars here, and we actually don't have much cobblestone left once again. I have had to go mining several times just to build this block and build these pillars. I am thinking of extending these a bit more, but I will start to pull back the walls a bit more as I go into the higher levels. Now, this is the room we have inside, and I still want to keep that initial idea of having the landing zone, the killing area for our mob farm somewhere here. I'm going to pick one of these corners because I do not want to block this viewing platform here. I want these to be relatively open, so I'll pick one of these corners, raise that up, so that we can start building our mob farm as well. It's kind of funny, but also really sad, but also Kind of interesting that I have had to gather so many resources just to build this simple section out of just one block as well. But it is what it is. I'll just build the mob farm, I guess, for this episode, or at least prepare for it. Right, turns out I have so little cobblestone, in fact, that I can't really build much right now. So what I'll do for now is that I'll pick out the corner I want to use here, which I think will be this one. Um, Definitely need at least a 3x3 drop zone here, so do something like this. We have that over here, and then probably have something like wood here in the middle for our mobs to fall on top of. Then I will be able to pick up the drops from here. So this will now be where our mobs will fall on, and then we'll make a hole up there top at the top and go from there. I might have to move it slightly, but looking at the space here, this seems just about right for me. I can go here, it doesn't necessarily block the way, but I'll have to think about the layout for the rest of the room now. So this is our basic layout for now. I want there to be like a mix between organized and messy here, hence these chests, but I don't quite like their placement because of this. With the heights here, I'm not thinking of having a little catwalk here up top, but I'm not quite sure about that yet. For now, I'll continue gathering more resources, especially stone, bit of wood as well. There's so much more I need to make, especially with this higher level over here. As we continue working on this lower area here, I've added a few things, tried to figure out how to make this section over here. I don't like the 2 high door, but 4 high block here, so I might change that. Started adding these here to have a sort of interior here, even just a basic one. This is all of my junk right now. No idea what to use this one yet. I'm thinking of adding some bookshelves here for something later on. Removed the chests over here. Wanted to add some grass here as well, maybe for a tree perhaps. I'm not quite sure yet. But this is gonna be a bit of a storage area. Right now, I wanted to have this lower, but it probably wouldn't work with the blocks there. So maybe some slabs perhaps, maybe it'll work. Yeah, so I might lower this whole thing by 1 block then. So I had this supposedly bright idea of using netherrack here to make a fireplace, but it turns out that fire spreads really quickly, and so my bookshelves were burning. And bookshelves, apparently when you break them, don't really give anything back, so that's unfortunate. Also made the jukebox here so we can have some music. And we have started really finalizing some of these designs here. I really like what I ended up doing with the walkways here, with the stairs, slabs here, a bit of a step up here, curved walkway there, a bit of a step up here. Again, I really like changing the elevation. Up here, down here, up to this viewing platform here. I might change this a little bit, but so far that seems great to me. All in all, I'm thinking that this is going really well in terms of the inside, the interior here. I will make some tweaks here as well as I find more and more things that we can put inside here. Slightly concerning, I am hearing a zombie even though I thought I lit up most of the areas around here. And it's really loud as well, must be really close, so I'm gonna have to look for that at some point. All in all, despite the lack of block variation, we still only have stone and wood and a bit of dirt and grass. I am quite liking our progress here in this interior. I haven't touched the walls or floor at all yet, just because I want that to be last. I want there to be something interesting in the room itself first before I add anything there. But I think that should end our progress for this episode. For the next one, I want to work on this upper level here. I want to add some more rooms up here. Maybe something that will be for this tube here. And then maybe we could have a roof so we can have our actual farms. I have been thinking of finishing this facade as well and removing this farm. With all the animals coming from over here, I am losing a lot of my crops to just trampling. So that could be another project for another episode. Maybe not even in this version, but that's definitely something I am thinking about. Outside still looks kind of boring, but that'll have to be fine for now. Despite how plain the blocks are, even just adding this shape has added so much, and we can't even see the inside from here, but I really like the progress we've made here. But anyway, I think that'll be it for this episode. If you want to see more, please do hit the subscribe button for now. The grind continues. Goodbye, everyone.